Hello friends, in this set of videos we are going to build a file upload feature. This is going to be a very exciting feature because for this we will cover everything from AWS cloud provider to backend service in Node.js and a front-end application in React. So we'll use AWS S3, Node.js and React to build this application. So here is the demo of the final application. We have a simple form in which we have a profile picture field. We can upload a picture here. So here is the uploaded picture. I can preview it as well as I can also remove it to reset. Similarly, we have a field for uploading PDF files. Here I can upload a PDF file and I can preview it, and I can also remove it if I want. So the complete tutorial is divided into three parts. In the first part, we will learn about where the files are uploaded and stored and served from. In this, we will take a look at AWS service called S3. We will set up an AWS S3 bucket for storing and serving our files. In the second part, we will learn about how to make the file upload feature secure. For that, we will need to implement some APIs on the backend server, and I will show you how to store secure credentials on the server. In the final part, we will implement the front-end side of this application, where I will show you how to build reusable components for file uploads using the backend APIs that we have just built. Okay, so let's start with the first part. In this part, we'll understand about S3, and we'll also do some setup. So first of all, what is static content? So images, PDFs, audios, videos, etc. are all static content that do not change very often. They are stored in a file server and served through some unique URL. To give you an example, like this is an image file which is served through some file server with some unique URL. And uploading files is a very important feature in most of the applications, and we need some disk space to store these files. Our users upload files on our application like profile picture, documents, etc., and we have to store these somewhere, and they should be accessible by URL. We may want to preview these in our applications itself. S3 is a static file storage server, and we will use S3 to store and serve our application's static content. S3 has buckets in which we arrange files in different directories, just like our computer. So why should we use S3? S3 is performant, it's fast, it's reliable and secure, and it's cheaper than building and maintaining our own file server. When you create an AWS account, you get 12 months of free tier. So you can check out free tier here, and if you check here, 5 gigabytes of standard storage with 20,000 get request and 2,000 put request. I'm going to give it a name. Let's just say YouTube file upload tutorial, and you can choose AWS region. AP South one is the Mumbai region, and this is what I'm going to keep. And I'm going to keep the default options. When we say and coming to this option, block public access, I need to allow public access for this bucket, so I will allow all public access. That means files stored in this S3 bucket can be accessed through public URLs. We don't want to do bucket versioning, and everything else is fine. So far so good. So I'll go ahead and create this bucket. Okay. Now I'll open this S3 bucket, and we can start uploading files to this S3 bucket. I'll add some files here. You can see the type here is showing image by PNG, uh, and size is 66 KB. So I'll click on upload. So once we upload this file, inside this S3 bucket there is a file called profile.png, and if I open it, you can see the details, and this is the object URL. This is the complete HTTP URL. First part is our bucket name, then we have .s3, then we have the name of the region where our file is stored, where our S3 bucket is hosted, and then we have .amazonaws.com/profile.png, and key is just profile.png. Key property is the unique property that defines each unique file in this S3 bucket. So that means we'll have to have a unique key for each file, and if we keep the base URL and add this key in that URL, that defines the location for a unique static file. And this is going to play a very important role, because while uploading the pictures to this S3 bucket from our application, we will have to define this key directly from the application, so that it does not conflict with other files in this S3 bucket. Cool. So if I open this URL, you will see that we get an error, access denied. This is because files are not publicly accessible by default. So we are going to do some setup for them. We will create two folders, private and public, and all the files inside the public folder will change the setting of this bucket so that all the files inside that folder will be accessible by URLs publicly. Now let's move the profile.png to the public folder. Now if I try to open this, I'll get access denied, and that's okay because we have to change the setting now. So we'll go to this bucket and we'll go to permissions. Inside the permissions, we need to update the policy. We need to change the policy so that all the files under public folder can be accessed publicly. And I have the setting here from the documentation. I will go to edit, and inside this I'll edit this as a JSON document, and we have to keep everything exactly the same. Only the bucket name will be changed here. So we can copy the bucket name and we'll replace this with our AWS bucket. All the files inside the public folder with the star matches any file, so all those will be publicly accessible. Let's verify the public URL for profile.png now. So we'll open this file and open this URL, and as you can see now, this file can be opened with the public URL. Another thing, now we'll need to update course policy settings for this bucket so that we can allow updates from different origins. For that, we'll head over to the permissions tab, and inside that we'll go to the cross origin resource sharing settings, and I'll click the edit button. Here we'll add a JSON document, JSON settings from the documentation of S3. As you can see, it contains two documents to control different settings. First one is the put setting that we need to use for uploading the files, and second one is the get. Put method is restricted to be used from localhost only, but get method allows all origins by using a star. So we'll save these settings. With this, we have completed the setup for our S3 bucket. Next, in the next video, we'll work on setting up a Node.js server for this so that we can allow secure uploads to this bucket. Okay, folks, thank you. See you in the next video.